Hey, welcome to the 315 podcast. I'm Cam.
And I'm Emily. And today we're going to start by reviewing the Syracuse versus Monmouth game. We already recorded a game review for this, but unfortunately the files were corrupted. So we're just going to add it into the weekly episode. So sorry about that. But Syracuse did beat Monmouth. The final score was 86-71. Syracuse's record is now 7-4, and Monmouth is 1-10.
Yeah. Overall, pretty good game for us. The player of the game for that game was Judah Mintz. He played amazing. 24 points, 5 assists, 1 rebound, 11 for 12 from free throws. So he had a lot of free throw opportunities in 35 minutes. And one thing that I was thinking about, I was just randomly thinking about how Judah plays, and I'm thinking he really reminds me of John Morant out there. Just a play style, unselfish with the ball at times, but also very aggressive, can run to the rim at any time. He scores when he wants to. So overall, Judah's been great and reminds me a lot of Ja. Other key player stats. So Jesse Edwards also had a great game. He had a double double, 12 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. Oh my God, one assist, 4 steals, 3 blocks in 39 minutes. So another double double for Jesse. So good job.
Mm-hmm. Joe Girard also had a pretty good game with 16 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds, and 1 steal. He played most of the game, playing 38 minutes. Benny Williams did pretty good. He had 13 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, and he played 25 minutes.
Yeah, I think ever since we made that podcast episode about Joe's slump and the paper was slamming on him, he's picked it up. So great to see that. And then we have Malik Brown, who had a great game. 11 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist in 24 minutes for him. So another good game for Malik when he's getting the opportunity. He's, providing and he's making the most of his opportunity. The next thing we're going to talk about is Chris Bell to the bench. So we've been saying this for a long, long time. The starting lineup needs a change. People like John Boljack and Malik Brown and even Justin Taylor at times deserve a starting position. And it's obvious that both Brown and Bull are comfortable with the starting five, like comfortable playing with them. So we should see some changes.
Yeah, and we're not the only ones a little put up with Chris Bell's performance. In the post-game interview where they interview Coach Boeheim, he had a few things to say about it. So he said, and I quote, "Chris can't get 1 rebound, and I can't play people who don't get rebounds." Very true. And it's not even the fact that, he's not getting them, but he's not even attempting or trying to. He'll just kind of stand there instead of, get the rebound. I mean, other guys are getting them for him. There was 2 to 3 just in the time he played where he just chose not to get them. It's just crazy.
Yeah, like that. People like Jesse have to rebound for him when he's totally capable. He just chooses not to. And like I was saying earlier, people like Bull, Brown, and even Justin Taylor are better rebounders than him. And it's pretty sad because Justin Taylor is 6'5", but he'll still put himself in there. And Bell is 6'7", and he just doesn't care to rebound. And Boeheim continues to go to those guys after he sees that Bell isn't trying for rebounds, which is good. But a starting lineup change would be more efficient instead of just going to the bench 2 to 3 minutes into the game. And Boeheim was asked if he thought about changing the starting lineup, and his reply was, "I think about a lot of things." So interesting to see that reply out of Coach Boeheim.
Yeah, definitely. He also mentioned that in the Monmouth game, the forwards didn't want to play. Now the forwards would be Chris Bell and Benny Williams.
Yeah, no, this can mean he could be talking literally, saying they don't physically want to play for us, or he could be trying to imply that they're not playing to their full potential. So either or, it could be either or. But personally, I think he's more leaning towards the potential thing. It could be true. They might not actually want to play, but I think he's just trying to motivate them and say, look, they're not wanting to play for us. They could play way better and they could do better, and that he wants that out of them. And
Mhm.
he also said multiple times that Jesse was getting rebounds that the forward should have been getting, like I mentioned earlier. And he also said that Benny plays for defensive purposes only and that he doesn't expect too much from him offensively. And he said that even if you don't look up Benny's shooting numbers from this year, you don't really have to because they're not good. And yeah, it's just I'm trying to motivate his guys, and it doesn't look like it's working too well.
Yeah, I mean, they just need to just try more, I feel like. Like I get like it's tiring and stuff, but I mean, it's not really that hard to get a rebound when it's 2 feet in front of you. Like just give more effort. I think that's all he is asking for from these players. Because with them playing like this, we saw the guards, Judah and Jesse, are basically the reason we won this game. Um, and Joe Girard. Like that, Jesse and his defense and rebounding, and like that, Judah and Joe are the main shooters on the team. So, like that, they really need to step it up. You know, Chris Bell and Benny need to play more like them because, like that, you can see that they really try when they're playing. And like that, if they don't want to play, then maybe they'll end up transferring. Maybe they don't want to play basketball at all. I don't really think that's the case, but it's just interesting. And like that, as Cam would say, it's a wasted scholarship if they're not giving their full effort. It's just crazy. Saying all that, the game was definitely closer than it should have been. I would have thought we'd win by more than 15 points because like that, when we went into halftime, we only had about a 2-point lead. And most of the first half, we were actually down.
Yeah, and it wasn't 2 or 4; it was 8 at times that they were down. Like I was actually scared. Like we were there, and I was actually like scared that they were gonna end up losing. Like it was a tough game to watch. But like going into it, we see Monmouth's record 1-9. I was expecting walk-ons to play this game, but obviously that wasn't the case. And Coach Boeheim also said that the Syracuse guys on defense continued to leave the one guy on Monmouth that can shoot open for three, which was quote unquote really smart. Obviously he's being sarcastic, but still it proves the guys don't play defense at all, which is very ridiculous. One thing that we're going to get into is the Monmouth fouls. They are a very foul happy team. They committed 26 team fouls, which is just crazy. And Judah in particular was getting killed. Like there were multiple times where he kept falling to the ground. Like he was getting hacked. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Like it was bad to watch because like he kept falling and like you never know. Like is he okay? Is he okay? Is he okay? When he's falling 5-6 times in a row. Like that he ended up having to wear a nose plug because I assume he had a bloody nose from getting fouled so hard. But still, like having to wear a nose plug because you're getting hammered is ridiculous.
Yeah. And talking about the Syracuse defense, obviously we have some guys that don't seem to want to play it, but I know Syracuse is known for their zone defense, the 2-3 zone, but with issues like leaving that one guy on Monmouth open for like 3 threes in a row, it makes me think like maybe the man-to-man would be better and more efficient for Syracuse.
Yeah, like we were saying on multiple occasions that they kept leaving people open for three, and there were also times where Jesse would be a little bit higher in the zone, like at the free throw line, and there'd be a guy just behind him, just standing there wide open, nobody's guarding him or anything, and they'd pass it to him, and he'd get the easy 2-point basket. So if they're playing man, both of those problems would be erased. The dude wouldn't be open for three, and they wouldn't be able to cut to the basket so easily. So maybe we need to switch to man. I mean, we've been running zone for so long, people have figured it out. So if we ran man, it'd be more unpredictable.
Definitely. Syracuse's next game is Saturday, which will be the day this video drops. They take on Cornell at the Dome. So
yeah, we're looking for the 5th straight win, and the Cornell team is 7-2. So probably going to be a good game. Hopefully Syracuse can come out with the win.
Mm-hmm. All right, transitioning from basketball to soccer, we wouldn't normally discuss, but the Syracuse University men's soccer team, huge congratulations to them for winning the NCAA National Championship. They went into overtime a couple times, so they won via penalty kicks. The final score was 7-6. Really exciting win for Syracuse. It's the first time they've won a soccer championship, so great win.
Yeah, we were actually at the Dome, and they were playing it like if it wasn't on like the big jumbotron, there was like a screen in the back that people could watch it on. But like the ending actually happened during like halftime of the basketball game. So they put it back up on the screen so everybody could see, them win, and it was really cool. Like everybody went crazy. Like it was cool to watch.
Definitely.
All right. Transitioning from a quick little soccer segment, we're going to go into some more MLB free agency. So we covered a first wave of it the last episode. So we're going to cover a little second wave of it now. Some more big signings since we last covered this. So Carlos Correa signed with the San Francisco Giants, 13-year contract for $350 million. And Carlos Rodon to the Yankees for 6 years, $162 million. So we love to see that, boosting up our pitching. We always need more pitching. So good job, Brian Cashman. You did a good job this time.
Noah Syndergaard goes to the Dodgers for a 1-year contract.
And then another Japan free agent signed with the Mets, Kodai Senga, I think is how you say it, 5 years, $75 million. And then Sean Murphy was traded to the Braves. So the Athletics, this is no surprise to me. The Athletics are trying to trade everyone and not sign anyone in free agency to be able to move to Vegas because they hate their situation in Oakland. So it's no surprise that they trade away their best player in Sean Murphy to the Braves.
All right, let's talk about Syracuse football. So obviously now is the season of declaring drafts to the NFL and transfer portal. So a couple players have entered the transfer portal. Courtney Jackson and Deuce Chestnut, both really great Syracuse players that we all know and love. But we get, that's what's best for them, and we wish them the best of luck. And yeah.
And our first NFL draft declaree for this year is Garrett Williams. So he declared for the 2023 NFL draft. So good luck to you, Garrett. Hopefully you get picked up. Hopefully you get drafted. I mean, I expect it. He's been very good for us. And then we got a couple of transfers. So Jaden Gold, a cornerback from Nebraska, he's committed to Syracuse. And this is a big one. Braylon Ingram, a defensive lineman from Alabama. So an Alabama transfer. So we got some help for our boy Caleb up there. So he'll be next to Caleb up there. So we love to see that. So overall, a couple great transfers already coming in for us.
All right, fantasy football time. So fantasy football player to watch out for this week, we're going to say, is Derrick Henry.
Yeah, so round one of the playoffs is this week and next week, and he has a good matchup both weeks. So this week, Henry and the Titans are taking on the Chargers, and they're the 27th best run defense in the league. And ESPN projects them to have 19.6 points this week, which is pretty good, and especially since the Chargers defense is 27th for running. And then next week, the Titans are playing the Texans. And we all know that the Texans are terrible at everything. So we're expecting Derrick Henry to have a good game next week as well. So if you have Derrick Henry on your team, watch out because he looks to have two good matchups for round one of the playoffs. All right. Take of the week. Well, this week, my sports take of the week is Syracuse basketball related. And I think that they're going to win 4 more games until they lose their next game. So the 4 wins that they would get would be Cornell on Saturday, Pitt, Boston College, and Louisville. So the win streak would be a total of 9 games before they lost, if I'm correct. And then the game after Louisville would be Virginia. So I'm projecting that they lose to Virginia, but they win the 4 leading up to it.
Yeah, right. I can see that happening.
We're staying with Syracuse basketball. Chris Bell. This is really no surprise. It's been a struggle to watch him. not necessarily a personal encounter, but the way he's been playing lately drives me nuts. I mean, I'm literally sitting there. I'm either watching it in my room or I'm at the game, and the way he plays literally makes me want to rip my hair out. Like he's so frustrating. I've said over and over again, and I'll keep saying it until it happens. He either needs to play like the 4-star recruit that he was, or he cannot play in the starting line. It needs to be changed. I mean, I'm sick of the way he's been playing. And the email's show and tell. So, email, what's your show and tell item this week?
All right. So, as we mentioned, you guys know we went to the Syracuse versus Monmouth game, and we like to usually stay after sometimes. And I got Judah Mintz's game-worn arm sleeve. So, Judah is one of our favorite players. I love the way he plays. He's just a really cool person overall, very nice. Just everything about Judah, I like the hair, looks great. And he also, broke his career record with having 21 points the day he wore this. So I thought that was pretty cool. And Judah's got to keep it up.
Yeah, and also Judah seems like he's a little fan. I mean, he's commented and liked a couple of our TikToks. So
yeah, get on the podcast.
Yeah, literally, come on, Judah, let's get on the podcast. No, but Judah, awesome dude. Great player. So great item this week, Emal.
Thank you.
Well, other than that, I think that's pretty much it for this episode. I don't necessarily know if there's going to be a game review for the Cornell game. That'll be discussed at a later date. We'll figure that out. We'll post something. We'll post something, whether there will be a game review or not. We'll let you guys know. But other than that, I think that's pretty much it. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Comment if you want to see somebody on the podcast. You have a question for us, hit us up on social media. You can email us if you have something to say. But yeah, reach out to us. And I think that's pretty much it. So yeah, we're out.